showtime.
BSnBeer Media in association with STWF TV, the podcasting network. We present to you the Frenemies Fantasy Football Podcast.
That's right. We're back for week 2 fantasy football season. Gentlemen, how you doing? What's up, Tim?
What's up, Dale? My nemesis.
Yeah, I hate you.
Good.
What's up, Kyle? How you doing, man?
Good, man. I'm doing well. Not great. I'm doing well. So
Yep. Look, last week, a lot of football, of course, week 1, but so many different things happened. Oh man. Lots to talk about today. Appreciate everybody joining us here on the show. So let's start off with our drinks. Kyle, what you got?
Oh, actually, I was finishing up. I had a Red's apple.
Yeah.
I stole it from Cassandra. This is not mine. I have a man's beer, a Coors. A Coors Banquet. So just for some sound effects.
Oh yeah.
I actually watched that show Yellowstone, and this is all they drink. The only thing that they drink Coors the entire show. And it was a good show. I watched the whole thing, so drinking it today.
And they just call it Coors. Like all the country people I know, they drink that and they just call it Coors.
Yep.
It's like it's the only beer that ever existed. Coors. You want a Coors? It's a banquet.
But there's no Coors Light. Just Coors.
Just Coors. And it's banquet. Yeah.
Banquet.
Yeah.
Banquet beer.
Kyle did just kill off that Reds though, like it was nothing. I'm just gonna let you. I'm just saying that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Red's pretty light.
It's tasty. Very tasty.
Very tasty.
I like them.
What you got, Tim?
All right, look, man. Today's gym day. I don't drink on gym day. All right. I worked out earlier, got back to the house. So I decided I'm gonna grab my favorite soda or branded sodas. Yeah. All right. Doritos. Wait. Doritos. You seen them?
I've never tried them before.
Oh,
I've seen them
bad.
a bunch of times though.
Dude, these things are fucking delicious.
I
If you were
guess
poor, you did not drink cola. You always drank some fruity soda.
Or
fruity
Yeah,
soda's
but not
always
that
cheaper.
kind.
Not this kind.
Right.
But this is mango. This one's mango. It's hard to see. But if you were poor, you always drink fruity soda because fruity soda is always cheaper.
Yeah.
Your parents didn't buy you good soda, like Coca-Cola. And so, but this shit right here, this is really good. I get it at Walmart. It's like $1.30 for a 2 liter, a liter and a half. It's like $1.30. But it's got pure cane sugar in there instead of high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
They're amazingly delicious. So here, let me try to get the. Yeah, mango, baby.
Not the same. Not the same.
My favorite one's the mandarin orange. I love Fanta though.
That one is good.
Yeah.
But what kills me though is like, okay, I don't drink on gym days, but I'm drinking the soda. Like, what are we doing?
I'm doing this for you, Dale. I'm doing this for you right now. All right, look. Hey, bro. All right, we got 2 waters over here. 2 big old thing of waters right here in my hands. All right, Travelers cups. Go Travelers. Maybe they'll be a sponsor one day.
Yeah, maybe so.
All right.
Well, I've got lemonade and vodka. So that's how we're doing. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. See that color, Tim?
Pink.
See that color?
Pink. Need to get that Aerosmith song. Pink is my new obsession. You know that song?
I do not remember that song.
That's okay. I got you.
I do not remember that song. So, all right, y'all, let's jump into the news. And by news, I mean everybody's dead. Everybody's fantasy team is jumped off the ledge because everybody hurt now. Okay.
I think Kyle should tell everybody who he drafted on our friends Sports Talks with Friends league.
Well, I mean, and it was such a steal, right? It was like way late in the draft. I'm like, how is this guy still here? How is he still? Is it an age thing? I don't know. And apparently, it is an age thing. He's a dinosaur. 4 plays in, here he goes. Oh man, two teams that I have, 2 of them. I just needed 8 or 9 points. 8 or 9 points from a quarterback is not much to ask for at all.
Yeah,
both of them. L's. Oh man, rough. Just a rough way to lose.
It is. It is for sure.
You had Rod.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
The old man in the darkness.
Yep.
Out of the darkness and back in the darkness.
Back into
rough,
Yeah,
man.
definitely going back into that darkness for sure. But yeah, torn Achilles, out for the season. Also joining the torn Achilles club, J.K. Dobbins. And I feel for him a lot just because, he did the hold in, tried to get some money because, contract's coming up. He's a free agent next year. They said, nah, bruh. And now he got this injury and no contract. Like, it's a terrible place to be in for him.
Well, you know what's good about injuries for us, though, fantasy footballers?
What's that?
Is that we got to pick up good people. You got a chance to grab somebody.
Next man up, yeah.
Yeah, off the waiver wire.
That's true. But so what do you think about J.K. Dobbins' future in Dynasty?
Oh.
No contract, coming off injury.
I'm not buying him.
No.
Especially Achilles injury.
Last year's contract, he's been injury plagued the whole time. I don't think he's going to make it back. He's not even worth the roster spot for me.
Wow, you cut him straight up.
Yeah, I think he's got a hard mountain to climb over there. He's climbing Mount Everest.
We should point out. I mean, he is 24, so he does have that on his side. He could be one of those guys who does come back, and then he's the RB2, and then they have the RB1 go down. He's on a waiver wire. He comes up, and he plays well. He could be one of those guys.
You're talking about an ACL injury and a torn Achilles in the span of, I don't know, 20 months.
He's about to be Robo Dobbins.
That's terrible.
RoboCop out here. They're putting him back into work even after he died.
Yep. Austin Eckler suffered an ankle injury. So we have to see about his practice reports, but that's something he's dealing with. And this is another guy that he wanted money, and they did not give it to him. So what do we think about Austin Eckler's season? I guess he still did pretty good this week 1.
Real big day.
Yeah.
He did work before. Seems like the Chargers offense is still looking pretty solid, putting up all kinds of points, but I feel like you can plug in any of those guys in the backfield with that offense and they'll do well. So not looking too good for him. He's got to get back on the field, stay healthy.
Yeah. If it was a high ankle sprain, they would say so, I believe. And so this one should be the low grade variety, and maybe after a few weeks he'll be better. But I guess if you're still playing on it, it can't help anything, right? So
And a contract year.
Yeah, for sure. But I think he's going to get a contract somewhere. It's not going to be, the money he's looking for, but somebody's going to pay him.
You think he's going to spend all his money on Justin Herbert? It's already in Herbert's contract. It's gone, man.
Yep. All right. Tyler Lockett being evaluated for a possible concussion. This is another older guy, at wide receiver. Maybe nobody was really counting on him for their fantasy season, to be okay. But we was depth, so that's something to look for and see how he comes out of that. You never know with concussions. Jacoby Myers also is in the protocol for the Raiders. We'll see what happens with him. He caught a touchdown last week.
Oh yeah. Before he went down, he had a big day. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That was kind of surprising. That connection between him and Garoppolo. Something to kind of keep your eye on.
Yeah,
for sure. The last one we got is Deontay Johnson. Has a hamstring injury, and it looked like he's going to miss a few weeks. This is pretty big for the Steelers because, I mean, look, it's like one of their best receivers. So somebody else got to pick up the slack here. So, I mean, Tim, who are you looking at to maybe pick up targets in the Steelers? Because, I mean, that's a lot of targets being vacated, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of targets, and I hate to say this name right here. I like to say this. I like to say this name because I got this guy off the waiver wire many moons ago.
Okay.
And he helped me destroy Dale and beat Dale a lot of times.
Okay.
And I was kind of furious about that. All right.
And what's his name?
But I don't like to say his name because he's been toast for like 2 years now. Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe he had the most targets of any Steelers receiver in week 1, if I'm not mistaken. So
are we stating our pickups right now? We're going to wait for after the little segment thing.
No. Don't. Shh. Quiet. No, we're just talking about Allen Robinson. That's all. Just talking about Allen Robinson. That's it.
That's all. That's it.
But yeah, he had a pretty nice day. 8 targets, 5 receptions, 64 yards. You know, I think that's a pretty good day, and especially for somebody who's supposed to be toast. So, but are you buying him for the rest of the season? Yeah.
Well, no, not for the whole season. Let's see what. Oh, the hamstring for Deontay Johnson. All right, that's always an issue for me. I'm looking at 4 to 6 weeks anytime they do that, because they're even when they start coming back, they're always just like some like distraction out there on the field. They're not really actually playing. So, I expect Allen Robinson to be picking it up, and the moment you see him starting to slack, though, it's probably going to be another different wide receiver. But that's who I plan on right now.
What's that behind you over there, man? In the chair right there.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a Lego Saturn V rocket. You see that? Huh?
Oh
yeah.
that.
Look at that, buddy. Legos. All right. You can be 42 and still play with Legos. Yeah.
I like it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's on my snowboard, my new snowboard. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You can be 42 and do that too, but sometimes you break your tailbone because you're old. All right. I didn't tell you that story.
How long did that take to heal, Tim? Tell us more.
Look, I'll tell you this. I'm not good at snowboarding.
Timmy.
I'm not good at snowboarding. All right. My daughter is, and my best buddy is, and I go with them. All right. His cabin, he snowboarded forever, all this, right? So I'm just kind of learning. And I went out there on a beautiful day right after a blizzard hit the night before, and it was all soft. That snow was powdery. That people talk about all that. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like dreams, Well, since I'm no good, I get tired fast. So I went back in for lunch, sit down for a little while. It warmed up, and I come back out, and it was icy, little thin layer of ice on the top. And we're at the top of the mountain, very tip top. And we're just starting out. And I'm with my buddy, his wife, who's like badass, and he's awesome. And my daughter. And this is the first time all 4 of us are going together. And I'm like, yeah, I feel good. Like I feel like a big boy now, Yeah. And dude, that first shady spot that I hit, it's like I was Wile E. Coyote on Looney Tunes, whoop, your feet come right up, and I did this like horizontal pattern and black, and I felt this snap because I hit my butt first, right? And I felt and heard this snap in my ears, and I went, "What was that? What was that?" And there's this group of teenage kids right behind me, okay? Because when an old dude does something stupid, teenage kids gonna be right behind him. And these girls were like giggling and laughing at me, all right? Because I felt like there was some kind of excruciating moan that might have come out of my mouth during this moment. Something to the effect of, "Oh shit." My friends were down the way. Everybody had already left me, you know. I was last. They had already gone around the corner, and I was really trying to gather my manhood together. All right. I was trying to gather my manhood up, and I turned over, flip over, and I'm on all fours, and I'm like sitting here on all fours, like, "Oh my gosh, Tim, you just broke your tailbone." I knew it right then. And so I got together, I wished on by, and they were paused and waiting for me. And finally, we got to a spot, and I tried to sit down, and I knew that my tailbone was hurting, and I sat down so softly and smoothly. My buddy's like, come up, he's like, "Man, Tim, when there's a group of girls that came by us, and they were just laughing because somebody busted so hard. Was that you?" And I was like, "No, man, that wasn't me." Nope.
All the evidence.
Nope, wasn't me. And my daughter, Ivy, she's just laughing at me. She's 17 now, and she knew better. I dealt with this stuff. It's the most weird injury I've ever had in my life. Your butt hurts and is like inflamed, like you ate poo-poo. Like you're not poo-poo, not like you had a bad poo-poo from eating hot stuff.
Oh.
Like, feel that? Yeah, that's what your booty feels like half the time.
Well, Tim, glad to hear that you're back healthy now.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put. I'm not. If I gotta like entertain you with my stupid stories, I'm not gonna put stuff out here anymore for you to look at. All right. That's not a good trade. Not at all. Stupid Lego rocket. I'm putting it back after the show. It's never coming out.
But look, Tim, you had your injury, and all these football players have their injury, and when there should be somebody that you could call when there's injuries, like not like 911, that kind of thing. But if there's a ghost, you know who to call. You call the Ghostbusters.
You somebody come to the rescue.
Yeah. You need somebody to come to the rescue.
Yeah.
And so I went and sought out these guys. Check this out. Call Tim and Dale. Call Tim and Dale. Call Tim and Dale.
Hey, I like that.
That's right.
We need
the Rescue Rangers.
I love it. Call Tim and Dale.
So yes, what are we gonna do about all these injuries? We got to have some answers here.
Oh.
So who are we picking up to help us with these injuries, especially like guys like Rodgers? Like this really hurts some teams. You know what I mean?
That drastically hurts your teams.
Oh man.
So like, what are you planning on doing in the fantasy league where we have Rodgers, Kyle?
Well, we do have that flea flicker league where it's a 14 team, keeper. It's a dynasty, so just about every good quarterback's off the board. So logically, Rodgers goes down, pick up Zach Wilson. It is what it is. I have Matt Stafford on the team to, I'll probably play Stafford with the way he played last week. Let's just roll with Stafford until he gets hurt inevitably. Another guy I want to throw out that I'm just saying, was available in a bunch of leagues, played well, is Mac Jones. Anybody else feeling Mac Jones right now? I'm seeing good things. He's on the rise. He's one of those guys that, let's go pick him up when you need a quarterback. He's a spot start. But if he keeps playing well, I'm just roll with Mac Jones.
That's good, Kyle. I like
Mac Jones. I'm gonna roll tide with Mac Jones. There you go.
I mean, I'm not rolling tide. I mean,
Oh man,
that's too far.
He did go too far. He went real far.
Way too far. Way too far.
What is your college team, by the way, Kyle?
Well, growing up in Los Angeles, we always liked, USC, UCLA. But naturally, my mom's side of the family is from out here.
Mhm.
So Baton Rouge calling, man.
All right. So you should
out
know
here,
better.
like the culture is like unbelievable.
So you should know better than cheer for Alabama then.
LSU is a way of life. No, I'm not cheering for Alabama. I'm picking on Mac Jones because Aaron Rodgers is fragile. So
Yeah. Well,
that's the whole story. That's it.
I got Purdy, Love, Jones, and Carr. 4 pickups for this week. In that order.
In that order.
Purdy,
Ooh.
Love, Jones, Carr.
Talk to me about Love. That's your team.
That's right, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, Jordan Love did pretty good. I didn't watch the game. Because I'm kind of stupid, like superstitious, but he did pretty good. It's 15 of 27 pass attempts, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was pretty good in the end zone. So
okay. Yeah, there we go. Somebody out there picked up Love. Joshua picked up Love. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. I like Joshua.
I feel like the next 2 weeks in particular, it's Atlanta and New Orleans for Jordan Love.
Yeah.
I mean, just on like a short term, I don't like that. I don't like playing against those 2 defenses. But he did. Their whole offense was running smoothly. They were able to run the ball. It opened shit up for him. That's what you want to see. But I'm just not sold on Jordan Love yet.
Gotcha. I don't blame
you. No, I think he's going to be a legit quarterback. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be the best guy out there.
The next Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a legit quarterback though. From what I've seen from him, he looked pretty legit to me. So, how about fantasy teams? How'd you guys do last week?
So how many teams y'all got? I mean, we're fantasy enthusiasts. We're not just we don't have one team every year. What are we talking? How many teams you guys got?
I got 5 right now.
5?
But most importantly, I beat Dale in the Little Rock League. let me pull this up. I was not ready for that. I forgot to brag about that. I got sidetracked my stupid rocket. My bedroom rocket.
Bedroom rocket. Oh my God. Play on words.
So dumb.
So he's talking about the Little Rock Dynasty League. We played week 1. We're going to play twice, so we're going to have another game later in the season, probably like close to the playoff time. So, yep. I had some problems go on with the team. We're talking about guys not doing what they're supposed to do, like nobody meeting.
Like who? Like Justin Fields didn't do what he's supposed to do? Is that what you're talking about?
Like nobody. Nobody
Justin
meeting projections. Yes, nobody. Except for like Justin Jefferson. Like that's the only guy I met projections. Everybody else was terrible for the most part. I mean, my defensive guys did their thing.
Yeah, look at that defense on the right.
Wow.
Yeah, defense on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My defense did their thing, so I can't complain about them. But yeah,
my kicker, I scored your kicker by 10 points.
Jeez. Yeah, it's a freaking kicker. That's why we need to eliminate kickers from the freaking league.
That's the
So out of all your teams, what did you do? You got 5 teams, Tim.
Oh, I do have 5 teams. What did I do? You ask me hard questions, Kyle. That's like math. You're talking about like
Dale, what about you?
Oh, let me just show you real quick on Flea Flicker what I got. It's half, just by half and half. I got three Flea Flicker teams, and this one I know where in the world I should have won this one. It's like I beat the best team in the league in this league. And of course I'm 1-0 in the BSnBeer Dynasty League.
Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna change that this week.
Oh yeah, because we're playing in that league now.
Me and you
so.
were playing that league too. I'm going to
Right.
kick that butt. You know,
So what did you do last week? So you won. Yep, you sure did.
I got three. I'm 3-2. How are you doing, Kyle?
Man, pre Aaron Rodgers going down, I'm literally looking at 7-0. I have 7 this year. We added a couple extra teams, 7 fantasy teams spread across Yahoo, ESPN, NFL, and then I got that one flea flicker. I'm literally looking at 7-0 if Rodgers can pull up with 10 points, 8-9 points, something around that range for a quarterback, man, or a QB. Even Zach Wilson hit that number.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I ended up 5-2. I mean, my teams look good though, so nothing to worry about. Just that hole that Aaron Rodgers left on a few of my teams. Gonna be rolling with Deshaun Watson on one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge Cleveland fan right now. They're still kind of. I'm just so unsure about Cleveland. Like they have such a good roster all the time. I feel like every year they come out and they just have so many good players, and they just they can't put it together. So it's one of those where I'm like still not. I'm not decided on what to do with Cleveland, but as of right now, since Rodgers is down, we rolling with Watson. So, is what it is.
Yeah, I feel you.
Mm.
I feel you. How you feeling about your chances with your dynasty league here and the BSnBeer Dynasty League? I mean, feeling good about that.
Who you playing?
I mean, let me double check. The thing about it is, my wild card in that league is Cooper Kupp. If and when he comes back, what is that? What plays out then? Because I have a strong wideout. Like my core of wideouts is probably one of the best in the leagues with him on it. So I'm just still like so unsure. Kupp worries me.
OBJ, Tyreek Hill.
OBJ would be filled in with
Calvin Ridley.
With obviously Kupp if he comes back. So if you have
like
Kupp, Hill, and Ridley, those three, that three-headed monster, that's really, I mean, that's one of the best teams out there. I mean, especially last, week 1, Hill and Ridley both did their things. A pretty solid defense. DeMario Davis went off.
Yeah, he did.
Aaron Donald, that's kind of, you'd think Aaron Donald would be more of a presence fantasy-wise, but he's really just not. He's just that,
double teams, man.
I know. He really just doesn't. He doesn't really produce as much. Same with Nick Bosa. I have Nick Bosa on another team, and he did not do anything. He had 1 point. So that's one thing about IDPs. These big names, these stars, they don't always come out with big fantasy games. You have to just kind of go off of who's hot, who's playing well.
Like you actually want to like pick up that rookie nickel corner. Because they're going to pick on him, and he's going to get a chance to tackle.
How are you supposed to, you got like Minka Fitzpatrick or this guy that's coming in,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. IDPs is always tough, but
Yeah, they're not going to throw the D on. You got to throw to the other guy.
That's how it goes.
That's right. All about stats, baby.
I plan on kicking Dale's butt with my whole Waddell. I got Garrett Wilson, which that kind of hurts me. Rodgers going down in this league, but I'm still gonna beat Dale. I got Breece Hall.
How do you feel about the season for Garrett Wilson with him, being the new quarterback now?
Well, I was putting together my Timmy's trades and all that before the show, and then I actually read the show notes, and that Sedmick's not in there, so it's cool. But he's on my trade away list.
Trade him away, huh?
Trade away Garrett Wilson right now.
Even in Dynasty
though? Not. I'm talking about redraft.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But so what about Dynasty? Talk to me about Dynasty.
Oh man, that's a hard question, man. Because this actually the league that we're in BSnBeer is Dynasty.
Yes.
So I got to think about that for a week or so. But
what matchup we're looking at now?
I mean, he did have 1,000 yards last year with Zach Wilson. This was
Yeah.
before Rodgers
That's
was
true.
even a thought. So
That's true.
Yeah.
offensive
Good point.
rookie of the year,
I got no faith in Zach Wilson for the long haul. So
He looked good in preseason, bro.
in
He didn't look
redraft,
good in that game.
so did Kenny Pickett though, and then Kenny Pickett.
It's another one that looks good in preseason, man.
in redraft, I would try to trade him away and get like Jalen Waddell, T. Higgins, somebody else. I'd try to trade a tier down that could probably peak up, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Somebody has perceived less value than what he has right now. You might be able to trade him, and some of my trade targets are Jahmyr Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, Ramondre Stevenson. Sorry. If you could trade to get one of those, I think there's a lot of high upside from those three. And I know you're trading position from wide receiver to running back, but they're good. Would
you really do that in Dynasty?
In Dynasty?
Yeah.
This redraft.
Okay.
But I would probably do this in Dynasty also.
Okay.
If going in. So, yeah. Gibbs especially. He's hot on my list.
So if Kyle had Gibbs and offered you a trade, Gibbs or Garrett Wilson straight up, you said yes.
Does he have Gibbs? I would.
I don't know.
I'm just putting it out there. You would say yes.
I don't know about that proposal on my end. I'm not sure, but I do agree. Gibbs is somebody to look for. Even with his performance week 1, Dan Campbell came out and said he's gonna be getting more touches. We're just getting him acclimated to the offense, so nothing to panic about there. He's still a rookie running back who's got a ton of upside. So I ain't worried about that week 1.
Also, I want to mention to our listeners that unless you're making a good deal trade for somebody that's a good deal, you shouldn't be making big decisions first 4 weeks of the year. First 4 weeks.
Big decisions, like, give me an example, big decision.
Like the guy going to trade Gibbs away. If he's trading Gibbs away, don't make that decision yet. You gotta let them let other people make those decisions. Like in our Indiana league, that one guy put up Najee Harris for trade. You saw that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he put up Najee Harris for trade. He's got Jalen Warren too, but I guess he thinks that Najee ain't going to do anything else.
That week 1 Steelers offense should be take that with a grain of salt when you're playing San Francisco defense. Like that's super overreaction,
Okay. Well, look, it's another season, and as usual, during the season, I have complaints, and I would like to share my complaints with the world because I have a podcast now. I can do that. So
with the whole world.
Yeah, with the whole world. Yeah. Because it's the time. Nobody got time for that. That's right. Slideshow. That's what we be using, man. Slideshow. Doggone right.
Is that you, Dale?
Yeah.
That's you? Me. With the hat on?
Yeah.
On it. Yeah.
So let's get started with my favorite segment so I can complain.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. I got complaints, and it's mainly because I lost a temper.
Wait, I didn't hear. What? What'd you say?
One of my biggest complaints is T. Higgins. If you heard this segment sometime last year, I mentioned T. Higgins a couple times. Well, to start off the season, I'm going to mention him today. Because he went out there and he scored 0 points. The same amount of fantasy points that I had last week. That's what he had. Okay? 0. This is not the first time he did this to me. Okay, it's not even the second time he did this to me. I don't even know what I should do with T. Higgins because my confidence is so shaken with him now because I've been burned so many times.
If he does that, if he does that a third time, are you his lady? 3 times, my lady. Yeah. Is that what happens?
Maybe so.
Lord.
You know, I honestly don't know what to do, man. But yeah. It's terrible right now. Kyle, do you have any complaints from the week?
Yes. Obviously, I wanted to say Aaron Rodgers, you suck. I'm not gonna do that. That's horrible. Dude broke his shit. We're all getting old. I get it. It sucks. My complaint is gonna be DeAndre Swift. He just went to a team that was in the Super Bowl last year. He's coming in. I don't know how much money they gave him. They gave him a bunch of money. I know that. More than Kenneth Gainwell is making. And this dude has 1 rush attempt for 3 yards. He hauls in one of his 2 targets for like another couple yards. It was awful. Awful, awful. DeAndre Swift, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. No.
That's right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
DeAndre Swift, got to do better than that, fam. All right, Tim, what you got?
Man, it's hard to complain when you beat Dale on the week.
Shut up, Tim.
But if I had to pull out one thing to complain about, it would be Drake London give me a big fat 0. He give me a goose egg against Dale. And, that would be my thing to complain about because I would have loved to come in week 1 and bust Dale up, getting number 1 points in the league. But I didn't because Drake London missed out on if he gave me 3 or 4 points, I'd have been good. Number 1 points. But he didn't.
Yeah, you were close. You were close for sure. Your guys showed up to play. Mine didn't get off the bus.
We need to keep a running tally. I need to go back in time and count up how much I've kicked your butt. He got nothing to say. I love it.
There's no kids watching, right? You can say kick his ass, right?
Yeah.
You say kick his ass, you piece of shit.
I tell you, this is what I'm going to do this week, Dale. Since we're playing that together this week.
Okay.
All right. This week, I'm going to give you a handicap. All right. Because you're my buddy. And I kind of like you to feel good about yourself sometimes, So this week and this week alone, all right, when I sit down to the computer and I make my picks, I'm going to cover up my left eye and I'll use only one hand on the mouse. All right. That'll be my handicap for the week. All right. And we'll see if you can beat me handicapped.
So let's move on to our next segment.
I feel like that's not gonna do anything. So, is this supposed to be a joke, Tim? Or I don't find it funny. This is fantasy football, okay? This is real. This is real.
I gotta give the man every chance he can get.
We're gonna move to our next segment and look at our matchup.
And now let's look at this week's matchup.
Oh, something about that tune just gets me hyped. Ready to pick some games, man. Does it get you guys hyped?
Yes, it does. What the hell?
Yes. So, before we get into picking the games, I want to remind you can join us in our Pick'em League. Go over to our Twitter at BSnBeer Media, and you will see the info over there. We have the login information. Go ahead and join us. Beat Tim. Please beat Tim. That's what this is all about. Okay. We should look at some of the standings from that Pick'em League.
We should. Yes, we should look at those. Let's bring them up. Where are they?
And number 1 place, we have Hollywood. Who that?
Oh, wow.
My goodness. Also tied, AR Agents, my friend Ann, is tied with him. So
awesome.
Not for
Let's
long.
see
Not
where
for long.
where I am at number 10. I did pretty bad with 8. And Tim, where are you?
Look, dude,
I don't
you don't
see
see
Tim.
me?
I don't see Tim.
What? You don't see me in there?
No.
No, that's a lie.
I need to see Tim here. I have to beat Tim.
Look, man, I got all these apps on my phone.
Mhm.
All right. I got all this stuff, and this is the only thing you beat me at. All right.
I thought you were going to come back and say, "Oh, I'm a fantasy player. I
Oh,
play
yeah.
fantasy. I don't stick with games."
It's the only thing he's ever beat me at is pick 'em, and I can't. I'm just not good at it. You know, I'm not good at it. Look, that's what I'll sign up. I'll sign up tonight.
That's right. Don't worry if you join late. We're gonna drop the lowest 2 weeks of scores so you can get right in and go right up to the top there. So join us today. Head over to our Twitter. So let's look at our first matchup here. Well, this is gonna be difficult because I got to go to 2 different places. So here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we
The
go.
Eagles. The Vikings.
Yes, get that guy. All right, we got Minnesota at Philadelphia. Philly is a 6-point favorite. The total for this game is 49. It's a Thursday night game, of course, and it's going to display this year's NFC North and NFC East champions. So
Yeah.
let's see what we're going to have there. I think it should be a good game. You know, Philly's a good team, and, you know, Minnesota can usually play offense, but it's prime time. Kirk Cousins in prime time. I don't know. I heard a lot of things. So
I've watched a lot of things. I've seen it.
So yeah, we'll see here. Let's start off with Philadelphia side. Jalen Hurts coming in ranked as the quarterback 3. He had a below average performance, but versus a team that gave up 20 points to a Baker Mayfield led team. So last week, it could have just been the first week jitters, you know, Super Bowl hangover kind of thing. But you know, Jalen Hurts, he gets a lot of those rushing touchdowns, and I think as a fantasy player, you can bank on that. And the rushing attempts always help too. So we got AJ Brown, who's coming in as a wide receiver 5, at 7 catches on 10 targets, 79 yards, and Devontae Smith coming in as wide receiver 10 at 7 catches. But he only had 49 yards, did score. So Tim, are you confident in the Philadelphia offense?
Oh man, I kind of got to be. I just have to be. Number one, I got AJ Brown, so I'm gonna keep up this motivation right here. And I got Dallas Goedert, so same league, but yeah, I think Philly's gonna be bouncing back. You know, maybe it is Hurts with having a slump or whatever the case may be, but you have to figure it out pretty quick. I've really liked Hurts as a player all along, ever since he was at Alabama. I even felt it's kind of classy when he left Alabama.
Yeah,
and he's just kind of been a classy guy ever since, and he's worked hard. So
for sure, he definitely put in that work. Talk to me about the running backs, man, because I came into the season thinking Rashad Penny was going to actually be a guy, maybe like part of a 2-headed monster, 3-headed monster, maybe. But Rashad Penny was a healthy scratch.
Yeah.
And so then you think DeAndre Swift will be the guy. Well, he got out-touched by Kenny Gainwell. So I don't know who to start in this backfield, man.
It wasn't even out-touched. It was out-touched 18-2. Like, good God.
That was a large amount.
Yeah.
I think it was their offensive coordinator that came out later this week. One of my Army buddies, he's a big Eagles fan. He lives up there, and Facebook, give me something that he commented on. You know how you get those posts that your friends comment on,
Right.
and and then I kind of read through a bunch of what the Eagles fans were saying, and anyway, they're basically going to go with the hot hand. That's basically kind of what they were saying. Now, some of the fantasy stuff that I've been reading and watching and paying attention to, they were talking about picking up Gainwell though. So if there is one back you want to pick up right now, it's going to be Gainwell, in my opinion.
Well,
But
not this week though, because he's not gonna play on Thursday. He's out.
is he out?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
He was on my injury list actually.
Mhm.
Yep. See,
So who are you buying for the rest of the season in Philadelphia in running back? I mean, you got to make a bet. Who you placing a
I'm
bet
making a
on?
bet. I mean, I'm looking.
I mean, Boston Scott, Rashad Penny, they're on the waiver. They're available.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's got them.
Mhm.
Me and a bunch of other people who drafted DeAndre Swift thinking he's going to be the guy. It has to be, man. I mean, it's just, is he really that, that below the other guys to where he gets one carry and he gets like a couple targets? I mean, in Detroit last year, we all watched him.
Mhm.
And he played really, really well alongside Jamal Williams. They were a great 1-2. You could start both of them anytime you wanted and get some points from them. I just don't understand why you pay this guy so much money. He gets one carry, and you try to give him the ball a couple times in the passing game. He gets 1 out of 2 targets. It's just not. That's not what we're looking for. I don't know why pay him so much money and then do that.
Right. Yeah. That's some Atlanta Falcons stuff there.
Is he really just is he playing that terribly in practice? Like, what's going on here? Like, I don't know.
Maybe he's learning maybe he's slow at learning the offense.
Yeah, I
Maybe
guess
Swift's
so.
slow at learning the offense. That's
Yeah.
his fault.
Gainwell was there last year. He was in the Super Bowl. Almost had the first touchdown of the Super Bowl. I lost that bet by this much. Ended up being a Jalen Hurts, scramble up the middle because they're on the half-yard line. But he's been there. He knows the playbook. So, but so does Boston Scott. So
what I'm reading, what I'm going through, just my initial look here, is that we don't know the severity of his rib injury, and I don't think they practiced today, but he was Monday. Sorry, but he was a do not participate if they were to practice on Monday.
Right. Yeah.
And everything I have listed is Gainwell's still the guy to grab in Philly after the injury.
Okay.
So
younger guy too. So yeah, it makes sense.
It might be a scenario where it'd be a great pickup to grab somebody game day. Sunday morning, you got somebody that needs to go in, pay attention to the injury roster and all that. Grab whoever's. Oh, that's Thursday. Sorry, that's Thursday night.
Yeah, it's a Thursday game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go over to the Minnesota side. Kirk Cousins, QB 16, threw for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. But will he be playing from behind in this game?
I really think so.
Jettis did his thing, man. Ranked wide receiver 2. He carved up the Bucks. 9 catches on 12 targets, 150 yards. Like, this is true wide receiver 1. Like, when you drafted him number 1 overall, you feel good about that when they come out the box doing this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does over here giggity right now because he's
it,
like all the pieces fall into his place. He owns Justin Jefferson, LSU player, all of it.
It's my guy, man. It's my guy.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at here, Kyle, for Minnesota's passing game?
I mean, it looks like it hasn't lost a beat from last year. I feel like they kind of have the same idea. I feel like they relied on the run game a lot more last year, which opened up all kinds of stuff for Jefferson. Now, I'm not seeing that this year. Looking at Madison and the backfield that they have, it's just not as deep when you have Dalvin Cook and then Madison as your two. And that was a much better play last year. Now they're not able to run the ball as well. It doesn't open up as much. They couldn't even beat Tampa. Like this game, I mean, Tampa is so not a good team right now. They have Baker. They came out, I guess it's just a week one thing where anything can happen. I don't know what is going on with that. But I wouldn't expect anything less from as far as the passing game. No, I'm still rocking with it. Hawkinson is always a good play. Mm-hmm. Like the second he got over to Minnesota last year, he's been a good play. Mm-hmm. Like there's not any doubt on my mind that Cousins and Hawk, that connection, I love it. Hawk is definitely up there for me. I'm just not sure about everybody else. I'm not sure about the running attack. We're gonna see. Maybe it was just week one. Maybe Tampa is one of those teams that's just underrated. I don't know. Just kind of.
I think Tampa's historically good against the run, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look it up for sure, but I'm thinking about some of the guys on the defensive line.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, let's pick the game with Minnesota at Philadelphia. Philadelphia 6-point favorite. Tim, who you got?
I'm going to go Minnesota +6.
All right.
Even though Kirk Cousins sucks during prime time.
He does. And I feel like Philly last week, they didn't play super well. It was in Foxborough, though. It was on the road. They still got the win. I think at home they come back. They take care of business. They handle it. They win by 7. So, yeah, they'll cover. I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Okay. I am going to be on the Eagles side as well on this one. I can't believe that. But, yep, I'm taking the Eagles.
Wow. Eagles -6.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, by a touchdown. No extra point.
Right. All right, next matchup.
The Chiefs, the Jaguars.
Right. Hey. Kansas City is a 3.5-point favorite going to Jacksonville. The total is 51 points. This is a rematch of last year's divisional round where the Chiefs won 27-20. And Pat Mahomes went QB3. I guess after the performance he put up last week, where he had 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Probably was missing his number one guy in Kelsey, and it really showed, and that's why his numbers look like that, and also the fact that Tony plays for his team and threw the ball to him several times, and Tony likes to play DB when he plays wide receiver.
Yeah,
so, I think you could have caught some of those, Dale.
Like in his hands, like
maybe I could.
Hands, like just. Oh, that's
maybe
so
I
rough.
could.
Yeah,
I have to think the guy was just playing DB. Okay. We saw Kelsey, be out, but they're saying he may come back this week. He did get some limited practice time. It's a knee injury, so maybe they limit his snaps. That's possible. Kyle, what do you think about Kansas City passing game?
Oh man, I feel like without that, like that safety valve in Travis Kelce, they just looked all over the place. Granted, like you have to catch the ball. Like your job as a wideout, it hits you in both hands. That interception he threw that went for a pick 6, it's just unbelievable to me. On a simple crossing route, hits him in both his hands, bounces off, and then he goes the other way for how many yards for 6. It's just rough. Like you have to make those plays, especially when you have Kelsey out. They looked kind of all over the place. I feel like we're not giving Detroit's defense enough credit, though. They did put pressure on them. Mahomes' O-line did not play very well.
Right.
even with that guy, was it Jawan Taylor, Jawan Johnson, whoever?
Mhm.
He's on the right tackle is backed up every single play,
Oh,
and no.
Mhm.
bro, I was getting so angry watching this dude, but this dude was offside every time, man.
Every single one, and they still couldn't. They did not protect him well. Still, so
Woo.
I don't know what to tell you about all that. I feel like looks like Mahomes kind of needs his safety valve, Travis Kelce, to open other things up. Could be just me, but I don't know. We all watched the game.
Yeah, Kyle, that's a great point you made there. I forgot about the refs.
Yeah.
Refs.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, you let that guy line up like way behind in the backfield.
Yard and a half.
Early every time, too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
come
Like,
on, man.
that's ridiculous, refs. If I was seeing that crap, I know y'all saw it.
Yes, we did.
Man, that was terrible. So, the Kansas City running game didn't get much room yesterday. Well, last week either. Pacheco had 8 rushes, 23 yards. He did get some passing game work, which kind of helped his fantasy game. He put up like 7 points or something. But are we ever going to see him take over this running back role?
Not sure that's gonna happen. I feel like he's more of situational back. How about that? I don't see him. He's definitely not. Your every down back. He's just he's not built like that. It seems like he's just more of a situational guy. He's gonna come in and break one and be that change of pace kind of guy. But yeah, I don't see that happening. Not me.
Okay. That's not what I wanted to hear, Kyle.
But
Fire.
as a Kansas City running back, come on, have we ever had one of those? Like Priest Holmes?
That's because Dell owns him. I think he owns it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, he does.
dude.
in the new Dynasty League.
I want the good news, Kyle. That's what I want. All right, Jacksonville side. Trevor Lawrence, QB5. He had a good day. 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 21 yards on the ground. I like the connection between him and Calvin Ridley. He had a nice game, returning 11 targets, catching 8 of them, 101 yards. He got a score. Christian Kirk, like, phased out. I want to say he's running the third.
Yeah.
In the wide receiving order. Like,
He was.
That's huge. Like, wow. Because this was the guy that led him in receptions last year. So that's I'm very surprised by that. So talk to me about Jacksonville passing game, Tim.
Zay Jones, that's the man that you want right now. Zay Jones. If
Somebody drafted him in one of our drafts, and I was like, did he draft Zay Jones?
Yeah. Yeah. I said the same shit.
Yeah.
Like Zay Jones.
Right.
But Kirk was non-existent. He was running the number 3 routes. Saying when he was out, he was out. But Zay Jones looked great. So I think he's going to be a steal if he's still on your waiver wire. Ridley, if you picked him up early, that's a great job picking that guy up. Unless you're Kyle.
Well, how you feeling about Travis Etienne comes in ranked as running back 18?
You mean that guy that you traded me? Is that the guy?
Yeah, the guy who I traded you while he had a torn Achilles. Yeah.
That
dude, I traded him. Doggone right I did.
He gave me 19 points this week when I played you. Remember that? See that? That's a revenge game. That's what that is, Dale.
How do you feel about the backup running back, Tank Bigsby, possibly coming on in Jacksonville? Are you afraid about that, or you think Etienne's got this? There's no problem.
No, I think Etienne's got this, man. 18 carries for 77 yards, score 5 targets, 27 yards. That's a day. That's a day. Thank you, Dale. All right, I'm going to put you on my Christmas card list this year.
Man.
I hate you. Kansas City,
Low.
3.5-point favorite at Jacksonville. Kyle, who you got?
Oh man. Revenge game. Last year, Kansas City takes them out. Jacksonville's at home. Their home opener. Give me the Jags for sure.
All right. Tim, what you think?
Look, I'm going Jacksonville. That sounds crazy. I'm going Jacksonville. I think they're going to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
every team that plays Kansas City, I mean, you get their hardest shot. You're gonna get extreme passing from the passing game and everything. I think it's gonna be good for him.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pick Jacksonville too. I'm gonna pick Jacksonville too. So everybody get your drinks up. And let's drink up.
Well, I would definitely, if Kelsey's out, I definitely think Casey's going to lose.
Okay.
If Kelsey's out again. They said his knee was still swollen. It was fluid in his knee or something.
Yeah.
So, did you hear about?
Got a question asking if they should drop Christian Watson and pick up Romeo Dobbs. Nope.
Oh. I don't know. I mean, actually, I was trading. I was going to offer to trade away Romeo Dobbs because he's hot. He got a hot hand. He got one hot hand. He only had 4 receptions on 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. Most of his points came from the touchdowns, and I don't really ever count on touchdowns continuing.
You can't.
You just really can't. I would rather have. You always want to have more receptions or more targets, should I say, especially early in the year. I think I said it last year in the beginning of the season. We're the first week we're looking for 7 carries or 7 targets. Either wide receiver, tight end / running back. We're looking for 7 carries, 7 targets. Every player that hits that up, it hits in that mark ends up being a good player to keep on your roster the whole year. Under that mark is a little bit different. So the question was to hold on to Watson and drop Michael Gallup instead.
That sounds like a better idea.
That sounds like a way better idea already. Yeah, but
idea.
I don't know if picking up Gallup is going to be better than Dobbs though.
He's dropping Gallup.
Dropping Gallup for Dobbs.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think picking up Dobbs is even worth it at all.
Let me look up what did Gallup get on targets this week?
Not very many. Dak didn't do much.
Christian Watson though.
Yeah, he only got
Watson's for sure. Staying.
He got 2 targets. Gallup got 2 targets this week.
Right, but so, you're playing. It was a blowout game. The game script, was not one for passing. So
yeah,
no.
But anyway,
so yep. All right, let's go. Oh no, I missed my thing on
the big one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What'd you miss?
To the big one.
For some reason, my hold on. Let me see if I get it here. Sorry about this.
So Gallup got the lowest targets on Dallas. I'm just looking at Dallas's targets real quick on that game against their Giants while Dale figures out what he's doing. Looks like Jake Ferguson got 7 targets. I don't expect that to continue to happen either. Those are probably a lot of throwdowns, checkdowns. But Cooks got 4, CeeDee Lamb got 4, and that's the 2 I would expect out of that offense. Gallup got 2. He's the lowest dude on the totem pole for as wide receivers go. Turpin even got 3 targets. So
they were manufacturing targets for Turpin, bro. Like
yeah, they were.
I'm telling you, like he's a player. Like that's something you kind of got to look at too, man.
Did he have a punt return and a kick return in the same game?
Yeah, he is their returner for sure, but like they're trying to manufacture targets out the backfield for him, man.
I would too. Shoot.
Manufactured
Yeah.
targets are worth a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they treat them like Deontay Hardy.
They also, I don't know if you can pull the stats on routes run also that and then targets per route run. We talked about that a little bit last year.
Yeah.
Those two stats matter a lot. How many snaps you're getting, routes run, targets per route run. Targets per route run kind of means it's a design play, and that's the first look guy, and that's a big plus. And that's kind of what you're looking for when you're picking up dudes. So
Okay. Let's go to our last matchup here.
The Panthers. The Saints.
That's right. It is mine. So, with the Saints going to Carolina, the Saints are a 3-point favorite. The total is 40. Carolina swept the season series last year. So the Saints are going to be out for revenge. And we're looking at Carolina. Bryce Young comes in, ranked as quarterback 27 with 20 for 38, 146 yards, 146 yards and 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 17 rush yards. I mean, I thought we'd see more rushing yards from him, but passing yards down and everything without DJ Chark. I talked to some Panthers fans on the beer run yesterday, actually, and they complained a lot about their wide receivers, talking about they get no separation. So it's really hard for Bryce Young right now. The only bright spot looks to be in that passing game was Hayden Hurst. He received 7 targets. He caught 5 of them, had 41 yards, and he got the only touchdown of the day for Carolina, man. So Carolina's looking pretty ugly on offense, man. What you think?
No, I don't like anybody on Carolina right now, especially against the Saints team that picked off Ryan Tannehill 3 times, and then you throw a rookie in that equation against a defense that's just hungry, looking for interceptions. Man, that's scary to me.
Yeah, for real, man. Miles Sanders got 72 yards on 18 carries. He caught 4 of 6 targets for another 26 yards. That's for a lead back. I mean, hey, Miles Sanders, I think if you got him, that you're pretty okay with that, because you're not expecting a ton from Miles Sanders, but he put up some pretty nice points. I wish I got those points.
Those 6 targets are pretty nice.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want, especially with the rookie quarterback. You have to have that safety valve in the backfield with you. You have to have a running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield, and I think he did, pretty well. 4 or 6. I didn't have high hopes for Miles Sanders at all, but if they could actually get an offense, kind of, get some continuity, get rolling a little bit, get some momentum. I couldn't tell you a single wide receiver in Carolina that I would even want to, even look at. With DJ Chark being out, their wide receiver core is just so thin.
Yeah,
it's rough right now.
Yeah, you got Thielen out there as like the number 1 guy.
It's like, yeah.
All they got.
There was some talk about Mingo.
Yeah,
but he's a rookie. He's still figuring things out, man.
I mean, he got the starting position. I mean, I was encouraged by that, but this last game, and then what I'm hearing from actual Panthers fans, like nobody's getting separation. And that's why the running back is getting so many targets. So, and then they're having trouble protection too. So let's go to the New Orleans side. Derek Carr, quarterback, 20. He had a pretty nice game, went 23 of 33, 305 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. It was a bad interception. He even said it was a bad interception.
Seen it, yep.
He had some chances to punch it in the red zone. They kept stalling. But you know what? That was kind of the book on Derek Carr coming in, Kyle. Like, is it true, Kyle?
Oh man, I watched it with my own eyeballs. I seen him
With your own?
with my own eyeballs. I watched it. I seen it. Um, man, that interception was terrible.
Yeah.
Just a bad decision. Should never have tried to force that. That's one. He's been in the league long enough. He knows that you're not going to have everyone, and you need to just take your shots and every now and again throw one away. Just
Yeah.
get rid of it. Don't press it and come up with a huge turnover. I was sweating the whole game. That was just not at never at one time was I feeling good about our chances. It was just such a back and forth, just dogfight. Crazy that we came out on top, but I do still like what I'm seeing. He's that leader that we needed. He has the players around him. He just needs to just be a game manager. We don't need you to go out there and throw for 300-400 yards. Throw for 225 and a couple touchdowns, but don't turn the ball over. Don't make stupid errors. Get us to where we need to be. I want him to be more of a game manager and not like feel like he has to make all these plays. And I feel like he was kind of doing that week one, like first game in front of this new crowd. Like you're the guy. We just paid you a bunch of money to come in here. I get it. There's pressure, but just like keep a cool head and let's just manage the game with the defense behind you. Just manage the game and let's win. Teddy Bridgewater coming in for Drew Brees, he goes 5-0 because he's a game manager, not because he's throwing for 500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be more of that. Let's be mindful. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah,
still impressive. Still impressed with what I saw.
Speaking of impressive, the wide receivers look really good. Chris Olave, 8 catches, 112 yards. But the star to me was Rashid Shaheed. Don't get me wrong. He started off rough, fumbling that kickoff. I was ready to boot him out the city.
Yep.
Okay.
Not a good way to start the season.
Really, I was ready to boot him out the city, man. Yeah. But he showed up. He made a huge play down the stretch to win the game.
Yeah.
Third down and maybe 4 or something like that to ice the game. And we go deep to Shaheed, 41 yards, money, and that gives us the first down. We win the game. So I love the whole
only touchdown too. I mean,
yeah. I loved the whole thing with him and Derek Carr talking on the sideline. Derek Carr's like, "Yo, Shaheed, run, bro,
run, go."
There's a lot of people that talk about picking up Shaheed right now for impending Michael Thomas injury.
Well, I mean, look, he did all this with Mike Thomas in the room, yeah. So he's playing that slot receiver. They play a lot of 3 receiver sets. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a viable fantasy target to me. I mean, don't be expecting number 1 receiver, stats from him, but I think he can fill into your flex and maybe your 3rd wide receiver spot.
Yeah,
especially given the matchups, So
it's crazy. The first play you see, we come out and guess who it's going to is Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
we bomb it on the left side to Michael Thomas, and they have this connection. He gets it in bounds, and everyone's like looking at each other like, "Holy shit! Like, is this Derek Carr, Michael Thomas show? Like, are we about to see some magic happen between the two of them?" And then the game goes on, and then we're reminded, "Oh shit, Olave is amazing. We're just gonna throw to him a bunch." And then Rashid Shaheed is fast as anybody else on the field. So, but that was pretty exciting to see that very first play. We come out and we just bomb it to Thomas, catches it in bounds, and everyone's just kind of like starstruck, like that just happened. Like it's amazing. I would love to see this.
love the aggressiveness. Pete Carmichael, love it.
Yeah.
So let's look at the Saints running game. They were pretty bad on the offensive line as a whole. They had trouble blocking for Derek Carr. Hell, I mean, Carr got hit a few times. So Jamal Williams comes in ranked as running back 27. He had 18 carries or 45 yards. a couple catches for 7 yards. When he does not have great blocking, he's not going to produce a ton. He's a straight ahead runner. He's not dynamic. I thought the same thing when we signed him. He's just, one of those banger kind of backs. That's what he is. And when we don't have good blocking, he's not going to be that effective. So hopefully we can figure out some blocking this week and start opening up some holes. That's what we need to see. Open holes.
Seriously.
Okay. So let's get to picking this game. We have New Orleans as a 3-point favorite at Carolina. I'll go first. Give me the Saints.
Oh, they'll pick the Saints?
That's right.
You hear that, Kyle?
I did.
Right.
I heard it.
Tim, what you got?
All right, man. Look, you're witnessing the moment. A moment that I'm going to agree with Dale. All right, I'm going to Saints +3. I'm taking Saints +3 over Carolina right here.
It's minus 3.
Well, that's what I meant.
Okay.
You've heard the wrong
Just
thing.
making sure you understand.
I said -3. I said -3. Did you not hear? You heard it wrong. Your microphone. Get your earbuds in. Well,
okay, sure.
That's why I was. I was reading the score while I was trying to talk. So
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I got stuck reading a comment. I probably saw I was stupid on something I said earlier because I totally forgot what I was saying while I was trying to read.
Oh, it happens. But I'm gonna take Saints over. They're gonna win by more than 3.
All right, Kyle, who you got?
You know what? This game is on my birthday, so 9/18 shout out. Yeah, Monday's gonna be my birthday.
All right.
I'm gonna get together with some family. We're gonna watch this game, and we're gonna watch the Saints win by like 10, 15 points.
Let's go.
And we're gonna cheers to family. So
that's right.
Please, Saints, give me a birthday win, please.
Ooh, that!
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I like it.
Love it. Love it, man. Love it. What were you gonna say, Sam?
My kid was texting me while we've been on the show.
Oh, okay.
And she said that this guy Todd Day, I don't know if y'all remember him, Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He leading scorer at the University of Arkansas back in his day, and played 8 seasons in the NBA. He's at her burger shack right now. She works at this burger place, and he coaches a college named Flander Smith nearby. So anyway, he was in there. She snuck her cell phone in a little side pocket, and she walked around videoing this guy and his family eating. I'm like, dude, you're such a stalker, kid. What the heck are you doing? Gosh, man, let the dude eat. Just take a picture or something weird. Yeah. She's
I wonder who she learned that from, Tim.
Look. All right, look. This tells you. I'm going to tell you another story. Tim stories. All right. All right. Look, she was trying to track me where I'm at. All right, we share like 360. She's 17, man. Yeah. And yeah. And so several months ago, she called me out on where I was at. I was like, how did you know? How did she know where I was at? I turned off my location, Live 360, all that jazz, right? On the phone, all that, right? And I told her, I was like, how do you know where I'm at? How did you know? And so look, I got an Apple Wallet on my phone, all right? On my Apple phone. And it's got an AirTag in it. So you know what she did? She added my Apple Wallet to her cell phone. And so no matter where I'm at and turn off my location, she knows where my wallet's at. All right. 17-year-old kid tracking her dad. I'm 42 years old. I can do what I want.
They're smarter than us, bro.
Oh, holy crap, man.
We learned that quick, man. Raymond's about to be 1 year old. He's already just as smart as I am. So shit.
There you go.
Hey, look, dude, if my daughter can do that, who else can do that? All right. There's a lot of people that could just grab my, put it on there for a couple of minutes and then, attach it.
The government, bro.
Now I'm done. I'm done. I ain't worried about the government. I'm worried about these crazy ladies.
Oh, the crazy ladies. Okay.
The crazy ladies. Worry about them crazy ladies knowing where I'm at, what I'm doing. You know.
All right. If you're a crazy lady and you got a complaint about what Tim just said, go ahead and send us.
What's her name from Little Rock? Stephanie? What was her name? Oh no,
Sarah.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Go ahead and send all your hate to Tim. I'll be sure to let him know about it. Okay. So
It's gonna be in your business more than anybody else.
All right. Well, hey, it's been fun. And gentlemen, I only have one more thing to say to you guys.
Sure.
I hate you guys so very, very much.
And we are out. Now we are.
Remember to follow us on social media at BSnBeer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.